Good afternoon, guys. In this video, I'm going to cover how you would set the IP address of an SCC 520. For best practices, we recommend that you give the SCC 520s a static IP address after you've configured them and they're ready to go. By default, from factory, they come as DHCP, and when you put it on your network, it should get an automatic IP address from your router if you have a router. Okay, I'll cover a couple of ways, well, maybe 3 ways of setting the IP address. They all achieve the same thing, just different methods of doing it. So let's start. First way is I'm going to start my BACnet integrated software here. And for this example, let's create a brand new database. So I'm going to click new and let's call the database new as well. Okay, doesn't exist. So let's call it new one. Okay, so I created a database called new one. It creates the BACnet IP channel. So I'm just going to double click on the BACnet IP channel here. And in my database, since it's a new database, I have no controllers. I'm going to click on the discover button here. And I'm going to choose to filter based on Circon vendor ID, so I can see the Circon devices. And I can see that on this local network I have basically 3 520s. So the way to set your IP address from here is simply, before you add it to your database, you can simply right click on any of the 520s and you go IP configuration, and this is where you can uncheck the use DHCP and then enter whatever static IP address that you need it to be. And then once you're done, you're gonna after you enter all the information here, you can click on reboot device now, and you can click on OK. The OK is grayed out because I haven't typed anything in here, but once you do that, the OK will be activated. And once you do that, you click on OK, the device will get a new IP address. Just be careful of what you enter, make sure it is exactly the way you want to set the IP address, and then click on reboot, click on OK, and you're done. So that's one way. The second way is I'm going to exit the Circon integrated software here. So let's close that. Once you install the Circon integrated software, we also give you a utility called Circon Network Setup. So if you go and find out where you've installed your Circon integrated software, typically it's under the Circon folder. This is a Windows 10 machine, so that's what I'm showing you. So, and then go in there, you'll see a utility called Circon Network Setup. So if I click on this, it launches a similar window, but it's just strictly meant for setting up the IP address for different devices. So I can see some IP addresses are set at 169 because of the original setup. But same idea here. If I right click on any of this, I can go assign IP, and I can do the same thing here. Okay. You can also, in this utility, you can also set stuff like authentication for your device. So you can set your user credentials, your username and admin password to get onto the local web server of the 520. Okay, so that was the second way. I'm going to close this now. Just let's remember this IP address just so I can show you the third way. So once you discover the addresses that DHCP gave you, all the 520s have a simplified web server on board. So what you can do is you can actually log on to a 520. So I know the one I was looking at was at 192.168.22.67. So I'm just going to click that. And then it asks me to log into the 520. So I'm going to use my credentials for that particular unit. And this is the little web server that each 520 has. And you can do stuff like this. You can set its time if you want from the web page. But what I'm after to show you is only the IP address. So if you click on the TCP IP tab here, the main tab, just click on it. You get the similar screen as the other method. So you can uncheck DHCP, put in your IP address, click Save. This will also show you, you can see this will also show you the MAC address in case your network administrator will ask for a MAC address to reserve some IP addresses for you. Okay, so that's a good way to see that. The only difference is in this one, once you click Save, you got to click on the main SCC 520 and choose the reboot function for the actual change to take effect. Okay, guys, hope that this video is helpful. If you need any more detail about anything, just send us an email and we'll be happy to help you. Have a good day.